Good morning, and welcome to the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson, and the Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, fightbackmedia.com, fightbackmedia.com. I trust that you are well where you are today. It is good. It's pretty out here in West Central Florida. Sun is shining. It is 1,000 degrees out. Okay, so it's not 1,000, but it's going to be. That's in the forecast. Let's see, right now it is over 80. It's 86 degrees. 86 degrees. We will probably top out at about 92 today. So summer is here. Summer is here. Get your hats and your sunscreen, kids, because summer is here. And if you're looking for pictures of a lot of Floridians laying out on the beach, you're not going to find it because that's not what we do. Not this time of year. You know why? Because it's too hot. It's just too hot. You may find us maskless in the mall. That's where you'll find us. If you're looking for Floridians during this time, where you'll find us is maskless in the mall. You won't find us laying on a beach in a mask. That's not where you're going to find us. You may find us at a theme park, maybe, but we'll be the ones, getting in trouble for not wearing our masks. That'll be us. That's how you'll be able to tell the Floridians from the tourists. The tourists will be dutifully wearing their masks. The Floridians will be like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm a season pass holder. I'm not doing that. That's what the Floridians will be doing. Because that's how we roll, baby. That's how we do, and that's how we go. Today, fun. It's fun for me because I love stories when the woke try to outwoke the other woke, and we got one of those stories today. And on a more serious note, the colonial-pipeline folks were cyber attacked, and in some red states like Florida, there may be an uptick in gas prices. Now, here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to go and take every damn container you got and take gas and hoard gasoline. I don't want you to do that. But I do want you to be smart. If you can top your tank off, just top it off. Don't go get every car that you've ever owned and fill it up to the brim. Don't go and get every 20-gallon gas can you can find and fill it up and hoard gasoline. Leave some for somebody else because, you know what? What did I say about living in a free society? What have I said about living in a free society? You have to be educated, you have to be moral, and you have to be mature. So do this in a mature fashion, please. Do this in a moral fashion. Yes, be smart. In my Corolla, I got about half a tank. Gonna push it up to about 3/4 of a tank today, because with that car I can get through a week, 2 weeks, with 3/4 of a tank without any problem. Without any problem. It's not going to be a situation where we're going to have to bug out for 3 weeks. That's not how it's going to go. But you know what? I can pop in an extra $5, get it up to about 3/4 of a tank, and be fine for a couple of weeks. And if you can do the same with your car, go ahead and do that, please. You don't have to fill every car you've ever had to the brim. You don't have to do that. But it does make sense to put a little extra in today before the prices go up or before all goes away, and to keep it from having shortages and huge lines and people panicking and freaking out. Because we who listen to this show and we who do this show are educated, moral, and mature, that we have a little extra and we'll be fine. We take care of that all the time anyway, so we're going to be okay until they get this whole thing sorted out, and we'll talk about that too. But I wanted to make sure that I led with that. All right, we're going to take a little break. We'll be back with more of the Morning Report, 318th Morning Report, right after these messages. If you are a true blue conservative, small businesses are near and dear to your heart. They are the lifeblood of our life and economy. I believe this, and that's why my florist is not a website or phone number. My florist is Bloomingdale's Flower Shop, Tampa's premier flower shop, at 11618 North Florida Avenue here in Tampa, Florida, and at 6835 State Road 54 in Newport Richey. Call Christine at 813-933-1942 and at 727-232-6900. She can also be reached on the web at www.bloomingdays.com. We are in tumultuous times here on the internet. Many platforms are finally taking this opportunity to rid themselves of conservative voices. A lot of you are learning how this internet game is played and are wondering if there is a place for you online. Well, yes, there is. freedomforum.website is providing a place for everyone to be, including conservatives. freedomforum.website is dedicated to the First Amendment and free speech for everyone. Join us there and speak your mind. One of the things that I get asked most is, where can I get information that is not tainted with liberal bias, especially here in the Tampa Bay area? Well, now I have the answer. tbctampa.com, a website by and for Tampa area conservatives. Tampa's leading conservative voices speak freely at tbctampa.com, and you can too. So join the fun and enjoy the freedom at tbctampa.com.
A conservative who seeks truth over the conventional statist wisdom, coming to you from the southern headquarters of fightbackmedia.com, your host, Willie Lawson.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. Thanks so much for hanging out with us this morning. Again, my name is Willie Lawson, and this is the Morning Report, 318th episode. That's pretty doggone impressive. You gotta like that crap. You just do. You gotta like it. You like it. You like it. Right? Now, a lot of us heard through, whatever social media sources that we ascribe and subscribe to, that there was a gas shortage going on, gasoline shortage going on. People were, truck drivers were saying they were going to, gas stations and they were out of gas, and all this was going on. But meanwhile, your Circleback girl, Psaki, was reassuring Americans yesterday, that there was no gas shortage in the United States, even after the colonial-pipeline ransomware attack, before acknowledging supply problems hours later. Yeah, the White House Secretary Jen Psaki brought Homeland Security Advisor Dr. Elizabeth Sherwood Randall and Deputy National Security Advisor for Cyber and Emerging Technologies Ann Neuberger to reassure Americans that the Biden administration was on top of the crisis, urging Americans to remain calm. Yeah, right now there is not a supply shortage, Sherwood Randall told reporters at the Daily Press Briefing. Psaki also noted, at this point in time, I would just reiterate, we don't see a supply issue. President Joe Biden spoke about the issue later, reassuring Americans he was acting to mitigate any impact on our fuel supply, with preparations for additional steps if needed. But as reports of gas shortages emerged in North Carolina, Governor Roy Cooper issued an executive order declaring the state of emergency in the state. The White House admitted Monday evening there's a problem. We are monitoring the supply shortages in parts of the Southeast and evaluating every action the administration can take to mitigate the impact as much as possible, she wrote in a statement sent to reporters. First-hand reports of gas shortages on the East Coast emerged on social media Monday evening and Tuesday morning as drivers were alarmed to discover gas stations without fuel. Everything's fine. Y'all remember the one of the last scenes in the movie Animal House, where all hell is breaking loose, and it's that one Razi guy who's saying everything is fine, citizens, return to your homes, no problem, remain calm, and he's screaming, "Remain calm." Now you look behind him, there's all hell breaking loose. Yeah, it reminds you of the CNN reporter that's talking about mostly peaceful protests, and behind him there's freaking cars on fire. Yeah. That's who these people are. That's who these people are. It's insane. But that's what these folks are. Let's see. Let me move to something that maybe get rid of that here. Somebody's thanking me for something that I didn't do. Also, Governor Kemp from Georgia, the same state that has the new Jim Crow-like election laws when they're just trying not to have fraud, suspends gas tax due to pipeline cyber attack. Suspended the gas tax because he knows that people are going to go try to, get some gas now while they can. And they also know that prices are going to go up, and the best way to mitigate the problem is to get rid of the taxes that are on the gasoline. And in some places, that tax adds 50 cents to $1 extra per gallon. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp is providing relief to those in the state filling up their gas after a cyber attack crippled one of the largest gas pipelines in the U.S. Kemp told reporters Tuesday that he signed an executive order halting the collection of state taxes on fuel, on car fuel and diesel throughout Saturday night. Kemp's executive order also impacts trucks that carry fuel and prohibits price gouging at the pump. Today I have issued an executive order that increases the weight limits for trucks transporting fuel, providing more supply for stations as they receive deliveries, Kemp said. While not all price increases qualify as gouging, we do want to make clear that anyone taking advantage of this disruption and making a quick buck off the back of Georgians will not be tolerated. Colonial-Pipeline had to shut down much of its operation due to ransomware attacks. An attack, in turn, caused shortages of fuel at gas stations and long lines at the pump across the country. Jen Psaki said yesterday, looking into the camera, along with the head of the NSA and Homeland Security, just political operatives. People don't know their butt from a hot rock. Everything is fine. And behind them, there's a car on fire. All hell's breaking loose behind them. Yeah. They can only keep this game up for so long. That's the interesting thing. They can only keep this game up for so long. And that's the encouraging thing for me. They can't continue this forever. They can't continue sucking at this forever. Why? Because a lot of people who got them in there, got them in these seats, are going to be some of the ones suffering. Not just the uber rich, just the regular folks, the regular Democrats who were told, for 4 years in a row, Trump's a racist, Trump's a misogynist, Trump's a xenophobe, Trump's a homophobe, Trump's a blah, 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 Trump's a. And they were essentially bullied into what we have. The buyer's remorse is great. The buyer's remorse is out there. Now, what you're not hearing that in mainstream media. Of course not, because they're still selling this crap. But the buyer's remorse of these folks is incredible. So they won't be able to keep it up long. I'm not pining away And I don't think anybody here at Fight Back Media is pining away for Donald Trump to triumphantly return to the White House, step off Marine One, and wave his magic wand. Here's what Barack Obama said, and make everything okay. We have a lot more fundamental infrastructural situations that we have to handle across the country, in every hamlet, in every city, every town, every hamlet, every village. That's where our focus needs to be. But be encouraged that these people in D.C., this Biden administration, this Harris-Biden administration, these leftists, they are walking in shoes that are too big for them. They're wearing pants that don't fit. They are in over their heads. Because they're going to lose, not going to lose, they are losing some of the same people who helped them get there. By first of all, going too far, and second of all, not knowing what the hell they're doing. Letting disaster happen too soon. Because in any socialist regime, these kind of things happen all the time. This is how it goes. But the people who got them there didn't expect that this would happen in 5 months, in 6 months. They really expected, when in the transfer to some sort of democratic socialism, that there'd be a period of good times. Yeah, I guess not, huh? I guess long gas lines are not good times. And maybe, just maybe, these leftists sort of overestimated the resilience of the people who voted for them and supported them, that they would just go through it for the cause. No, they're soft like the rest of us. They love their creature comforts. They love going into a gas station, and if they've got to pump their own damn gas. We got used to that. While pumping our own gas isn't any different than checking out our own groceries. It's the same concept. We do all the work and pay the money for it. Yeah, it's the same thing. They've been making us pay for our groceries at the gas station for 30 years. Right? And except in a few places, we've been doing it happily, gleefully, for years. So I don't know why we're all pissed off suddenly at Walmart or Target or wherever that gives us an option to pay for our own for our own groceries. It'd be nice still if we had an option to not pump our own gasoline. But we don't. Why? Because we like that extra 5 cents a gallon off. Hell yeah. And we all do. It's one of the things on both sides of the aisle that we can all agree on. Right? We like our lives a little cheaper. Makes us Americans. So the left, this Biden-Harris administration, with these things continuing, and they're not handling, whether they're at fault or not, they're in the driver's seat, so they're going to get the blame. There are people who are saying that Russia knew about this attack. Buttigieg uses colonial pipeline hack to push his $2 trillion infrastructure bill. Yeah, they're talking about modern infrastructure is a national security issue. The problem is with this $2 trillion infrastructure bill, it doesn't have anything. It has very little to do with actual infrastructure. It has a lot to do with hiring people and giving out money to politicians. Sorry, booty juice. Actually, my friend T. Briggs in California calls him booty juice. Couldn't really pronounce Buttigieg, and I can't either. So he called him booty juice, which is awful. but funny as hell. All right, listen, we're going to take a little break. We'll be back with more of the Mooning Report right after these messages. Well, hey everybody, my name is Willie Lawson, and you guys know that I do a lot of stuff on the internet, and you may think with what's happening on Twitter and what's happening on Facebook and what happened to Parler that the mainstream social media sources are really trying to rid themselves of conservative voices, and you'd be right. They most certainly are. But you know what? It isn't as bad as you think it is. It's worse. But there are people who are willing to be platformed for free speech. One of those places is freedomforum.website. Freedomforum.website. You can go there and speak your mind. So come join us. Enjoy the freedom. Enjoy the fun. If you are a true blue conservative, small businesses are near and dear to your heart. They are the lifeblood of our life and economy. I believe this, and that's why my florist is not a website or phone number. My florist is Blooming Days Flower Shop, Tampa's premier flower shop. At 11618 North Florida Avenue here in Tampa, Florida, and at 6835 State Road 54 in Newport Richey. Call Christine at 813-933-1942 and at 727-232-6900. She can also be reached on the web at www.bloomingdays.com. One of the things that I get asked most is where can I get information that is not tainted with liberal bias, especially here in the Tampa Bay area. Well, now I have the answer. tbctampa.com, a website by and for Tampa area conservatives. Tampa's leading conservative voices speak freely at tbctampa.com. And you can too. So join the fun and enjoy the freedom at tbctampa.com. My name is Willie Lawson, and this is the Morning Report. All right. Well, thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much for spending some time with us. One of the things that I have enjoyed here in the last few months, couple of years, is the woke trying to out-woke the woke. And that's just, this is what we got going here. You know, the mainstream media is now pandering to, to see who is the most woke, the most awake, the most sensitive to, well, I don't know, the whole woke culture, right? You can't be woke enough, apparently. And the Hollywood foreign press is figuring that out. And because I'm sure the Hollywood foreign press, because a foreign, here in the United States, we have this mentality that the Europeans are the most woke, and they've got everything on it. They're on everything. They're better at everything, which is interesting when we talk about better systems. And you've seen videos of conservatives talking to young skulls full of mush, as Rush Limbaugh used to put it, about better systems in Europe. But when those people are faced with the reality is that most of those systems in those countries they're talking about, mostly white people, mostly European white, mostly Caucasian, most of them filled with the original white people. I mean, you feel me? The original white folks. Not nearly the diverse population that we have here in this country. So if you take the diverse populations in this country and you put it next to the accomplishments of this nation after slavery, and even further after Jim Crow, none of these other countries can touch us. Can't touch us. But there are still people on the left who believe that somehow these European countries, these lily white European countries, got us beat. They're so funny. Aren't they funny? Yeah, they're dipsticks. The Nincompoop Broadcasting Company announced it would not be broadcasting the 2022 Golden Globes Award in a statement on Monday. Yesterday, I guess. The Hollywood Foreign Press, which is about 19 people, I think. I don't think it's very many people. This is what's interesting about this. The Hollywood Foreign Press is a fairly small group of people. So when they start calling these things the Golden Globes, they have this feeling that, or this, they are pushing this narrative that people all over the world, loving these movies, loving these actors, loving these TV shows, right? There are only a few people who choose these awards. Just not very many. Let's see here. Trying to figure out, I apologize. I should have found out how many, but I didn't. But now I'm so curious. I can't help but try to find out. And you guys who follow me know that I can't talk and type at the same time. 90 members. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association is a nonprofit organization, funny, of journalists and photographers get to make these decisions. People who take pictures on the entertainment industry activity and interest in the United States for media predominantly outside the U.S. So they come in and they say, let's look at the U.S. entertainment. Why? Because the rest of the world loves American entertainment. They just eat that crap up. So the Hollywood Foreign Press consists of about 90 members from approximately 55 countries with a combined following. Now, they say a combined following. This is from Bing or Wikipedia. This is how they try to inflate their importance. It's 90 people. It conducts the annual Golden Globes Award ceremonies in L.A. every January, which honors notable examples of film and television and achievement. 90 people. And they get lobbied because it's easy to lobby 90 people. It's easy, and everybody knows who they are. It's no secret ballot. Everybody knows who the hell they are. Anyway, my rant on this kind of crap. So NBC, the Nincompoop Broadcasting Coalition, decides that have decided Monday they're not going to broadcast this year's 2022 Golden Globe Awards. Why? Because the Hollywood Foreign Press is not diverse enough. They're not woke enough. Here's what they say. We continue to believe that the Hollywood Foreign Press is committed to meaningful reform, NBC said in its statement. However, change of this magnitude takes time and work, and we feel strongly that the Hollywood Foreign Press needs time to do it right. As such, NBC will not air the 2022 Golden Globes. Assuming the organization executes on its plan, we are hopeful to be in a position to air the show in January 2023. So while NBC may be looking for a gold star from the woke crowd for its supposedly principled stance announced Monday, what they're providing is that progress, however defined, is impossible and is never enough for those who enforce the constantly changing rules for engagement in polite society. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association was besieged by critics following a February 2021 report in the LA Times that accused them of being, quote, out of step due to its failure to nominate several black-led Oscar contenders. In response to criticism for lacking diversity in its leadership and nominations, okay, it's foreign people from countries that are predominantly white. It is so difficult sometimes. Really? In response to criticism for lacking diversity in its leadership and nomination, the Hollywood Foreign Press Board announced it would hire an equity and exclusion officer because that's what everybody does. Create a hotline for reporting conduct violations and add more members. So they're going to have 10, and they'll make them all from Africa. Like, that'll work. Like, that's the decision. Or they'll all be gay. Like, that is these people's answer, because it's not a solution to anything. It's just an answer. Oh, you don't know you don't know the difference between an answer and a solution? Let me help you. 2 plus 2. Eggplant is my answer. What? Eggplant. It's not the solution, but it's just an answer. That's what these people do. Well, you didn't nominate, you guys didn't nominate any of these black-led Oscars. So you didn't follow the other award show that nobody watches, that nobody gives a damn about. You didn't do the same thing. So you're not woke enough. So, okay, we're not. So we're going to hire an what do they call it? An inclusion officer. And we're going to add a few more people to our board of 90. And we're going to make them all, we're going to let RuPaul pick them out, so they're going to be all black homosexuals. Will that make you happy? Well, the fact of the matter is that what the Hollywood Foreign Press is going to find out, they're going to find out what a lot of people are finding out. No, it will not make them happy. Enough is never enough. The goalposts will continue to be moved. You can fill it you can increase their board by more than 10%. Black, gay members. But even if you have 5 gay, 5 lesbian, you won't have a place for a transgender. Everybody won't. There won't be enough fat people. There won't be enough disabled people. There won't be enough. They're going to find some hole in your strategy. You need to have more people who are differently disabled, or differently able. on your board. You need to find more people of color who are differently abled. You need to find more people of color who are differently abled and they are non-binary. You see how foolish this gets? How outrageously foolish it gets? Which is really funny because the woke will eventually turn on the woke till there's nothing left, which is a great opportunity for the rest of us who don't have our heads up our ass. My name is Willie Lawson. This has been the Morning Report 318th. It is May 11th, 2021. We got to get out of here and make room for someone else. So until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We will see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.
We appreciate the time you took today to listen to the broadcast. Please check the links below on how to further interact with the FightbackMedia.com network. Please remember to like and share this broadcast with your like-minded friends and family. Also, we'd appreciate your subscription to the broadcast, and make sure to hit the notification bell so you're notified when we upload new content.